Welcome to Two Old Geeks Talking. I'm Trace. Unfortunately, Rob can't be here, but we have a very, very special guest. And he should be here any second. He always shows up on time. Santa Claus. Oh man, it's an honor to meet you, sir. It
Nice
is.
to meet
Yeah.
you,
Oh
too.
man, it is. I mean, I wish Rob could have been here. He's a huge fan.
Oh, he's a good
And
boy.
I got you some milk and cookies.
Oh, boy, look at there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And having me something else. And so today, Rob wanted to talk about A Nightmare Before Christmas, which is his and his daughter Brenda's favorite movie. Now, I have to admit, I just recently saw this movie, like within the last 2 weeks.
Is that right?
First time I saw it.
Really?
So what does Santa think about the movie?
All right. So there's been an age-old question for years and years and years whether Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie. Yes, it did come out in October, and it does pertain Halloween characters. Yet, it is about a community at Christmas time enjoying and celebrating the season of the holidays, Christmas. So, unequivocally, 100%, The Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie.
Okay, all right.
But it can be enjoyed year-round.
Well, here's my take on it. I'm looking at it with fresh eyes. Like I said, I just recently saw it, just not too long ago. So, I'm not a huge musical fan because even the best musical is still a musical. But I do like stop motion, and I grew up on stop motion Christmas movies.
Right.
And so to see them go back to stop motion is kind of neat. It's kind of neat. And I do think it had a good moral and a good story, which we'll talk about that later. So what do you think about Santa?
About Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah. What do you think about it?
Okay. Like I said, it's about a beautiful community. And although there are some creepy, scary little characters in the movie, it's actually about a community that actually is starting to enjoy and fall in love with another holiday other than their own. So I don't really want to say that any of these characters are bad people. Santa does very rarely put people on his naughty list unless he has to. So that's the great thing. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is what Mr. Burton was saying about his characters that he designed and developed for this movie that came out in '93. It was actually based off a poem that he wrote years ago, and he got a friend of his to help him. You were talking about the music. Danny Elfman. What a great last name, Elfman, right?
I get it. Yeah.
Right. I have a thing in my heart for elves. So, not only did he write and score the music just by getting small conversations from Mr. Burton. I mean, we're not talking like he got to see scenes. He had it described to him over the phone. He actually performed all the singing parts for Jack.
Oh yeah, but did he do Jack's voice too?
No, that was Christopher Sarandon. He did the voice for Jack. But Christopher Sarandon was not a singer. Mr. Elfman, though, I still love that name. Mr. Elfman was actually a lead singer to a group called the Oingo Boingo, I believe, back then. So he had the chops. He just didn't have the acting skills.
Okay. So the story follows, the way I understood it, it follows a character named Jack Skelton.
Right.
And he is the Pumpkin King.
Correct.
And so he is kind of in a little Halloween world. He's the leader of Halloween world. And he's kind of tired. He's grown tired and weary of his position. He does it well, and everybody's happy with him, but there's really no challenge there.
It's the same routine.
Yeah, so he finds he's able to go over to a Christmas world, and he's amazed by it. He comes back and tells all his friends.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. And so he gives a shot at being Santa Claus, and without ruining the movie, he kidnaps Santa and he tries to play Santa Claus himself, and things don't go so well. So
True.
So,
but his heart was there.
Yeah, his heart. Yeah, he was trying. Yeah, he was trying.
Right.
And so what are some of the other characters that you like Santa that was in that movie?
One of the characters that I enjoyed the most, outside of Mr. Skeleton himself, was Sally. She was actually created by a Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Correct. But in the credits, he was only named Mad Scientist. He didn't get a name until later, after the movie was actually out. And so he basically stitched her up and brought her to life. She's full of leaves and straws, but she has the ability to have a little foresight and know things that's coming on. So she was concerned for Jack. She had a heart for Jack. And so anyone who has a heart for someone else and wants to watch over them and keep them and protect them has a place in my heart. So
you're a good guy, Santa.
I really try. We all have to love one another and take care of one another.
That's right.
Let's see. And of course, one of my other favorite characters, which is not really in there a lot, is the clown with the tearaway face.
Yeah?
Yeah. Disney actually released this movie underneath the Paramount logo because they were afraid that children wouldn't understand it, that it would be a little too dark for them, might be a little scary. And so they kind of stepped back and let Paramount take that. So the thing is it done great. Children are much smarter and brighter than they actually are given credit for. They're very intelligent, and we should never underestimate the intelligence of our children. So, of course, after the popularity of it, Disney was like, hey, let's put our name back on it. And in so many ways they've wanted to add on to it. Mm-hmm. And, of course, Mr. Burton says, this is my baby. We're not going to add to it. We're not going to try to lengthen it.
Yeah, try to make sequels.
They were wanting to take him into Thanksgiving world and things like that. And they actually wrote up a thing for the Irish holidays. So, but it had some beautiful voice actors in it, great animation. Do you know it took them a week to actually record 1 minute of that movie?
That's unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. And if they had one iota of a mistake, they had to go back and do a whole week's worth of work.
One thing I noticed too, and I find surprising, is that even after all these years, I saw new Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise in the stores this year.
Right.
So I mean, after all this time, it's still popular with the group of people.
Two of the best stores. Now, of course, Santa's a good place to come and get some of your merchandise, but two of the best stores to get Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise is Walgreens during the holidays and Hot Topic. Hot Topic always has year-round Nightmare Before Christmas products.
Is there anything else you wanted to add? Anything else you want to? What do you think the moral? Well, I tell you what. Let me tell you what I think the moral of the story was. So to me, I think a lot of people miss the moral of the story, and I've heard people say it's this and that. To me, I think there's a real world application for the moral of the story for kids, in that oftentimes kids are told that they're special and they can do and be anything they want. But the fact is sometimes because of physical or financial or other limitations, there may be something that you want to do that you can't do. But you had Jack Skeleton that was very, very good at being Pumpkin King, and so he decided he wanted to try Santa Claus. And he tried, and he gave it his best, but he failed. But in the end, he found out, he come to the realization that I'm the Pumpkin King.
Right.
And he had a new renewed enthusiasm for what he had done before.
Right, for his own abilities.
Yeah.
So things that he could do that someone else couldn't.
Right. So I think it's important for kids to learn that, to find out who you are and what you're good at, and to love what you're good at.
Right.
And so I thought that was moral. So what do you think, Santa?
We all do have limitations, but our limitations is what makes us special. our cracks, our failures, makes us unique. I mean, some people actually call me overweight.
Oh, sure. I don't believe that.
I don't think I'd be near as jolly without.
You're just a few pounds heavier than I am.
That's right. So it is our uniqueness. I never call it a lacking, but it's our uniqueness. The moral of the story: it's hard to say, because a part of the story wants to say, you tried to come out of your station and you didn't do well. You need to stay in your station, but never give up. Never try to stop learning to grow, being more, and take what you learn, not to try to replace something like Christmas, but try to take parts of Christmas or parts of something and add it to who you are. What we are and who we will be are parts of what we take from one another. So I am not the fat jolly man I used to be, but because you give me cookies and you give me milk and that makes me happy, that's something you've given me and which I add to myself. Okay. And so we can learn from that.
Okay. Yeah.
So keep giving Santa cookies. You feel like I went back around.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so first of all, I can't wait to tell Robert. Show this to Robert when he's here. I'll make sure
I leave him again.
So aggravated. And but we always have a giveaway. Well, we don't always have a giveaway, but on occasion we have a giveaway. Our last video, our Usagi Yojimbo video, the person who won is Bodywork IT.
Oh.
And check out his YouTube channel, and especially if you're into Japanese television and samurai films and samurai television. And he's a great guy, and we'll be shipping that to you and getting your address just as quick as we can.
Can you go fetch that jack? I think it's upstairs, maybe still. No, the piggy bank.
Oh, here it is, right here.
Oh, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I had it.
You're magical.
So, Santa, you want to do the giveaway for the next video?
So, how are we doing this? Are we going to
They have to be a subscriber, sir.
All right.
They have to post, and then they can win this Jack Skeleton.
All righty.
Yes, sir. And Santa touched it, so that automatically makes it worth more. And it's a piggy bank.
From his head.
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay. So, in closing, is there anything else we want to add?
As far as the movie goes, I want to say that this was Mr. Selleck's very first debut as a director. He did awesome.
Yes.
Very good. Keep up the good work. And I would like to also thank you all for allowing me to be on your show.
Oh, it was an honor. It was.
And I want to thank you for allowing me to come into your homes and wishing you a very Merry Christmas.
Okay, and I will get you a 2 Old Geeks t-shirt.
Oh,
I just need to get your size and your address in North Pole, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right.
You'll have to keep it a secret, though.
Oh, it'll be a secret. Okay. All right. We always have this thing we do at the very end. I'll say I'm done, and you say you're done. So I'm done, Santa. Are you done?
I'm immortal. I'm never done.
Okay, all right. I'll see you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.